Hi, we meet again in YouTube broadcast channel to do a biology revision. Today, Cikgu will do a drill revision on a topic of Krebs cycles. Okay, here. First of all, we need to look at the total number of question marks given in this question. Okay, here this question only requires 9 marks, so students do not have to give an enzyme's name. Okay, so we just memorize 8 stages in the Krebs cycle. So as previously in the class, I already taught you how to answer the essay questions. It's you need to use OKH. So O stand for the object. So what is the object in this question? It is a Krebs cycle. So you need to start your essay with object. Krebs cycle starts when acetyl-CoA 2 carbon adds its 2 carbon acetyl group to oxaloacetate 4 carbon producing citrate 6 carbon. So remember first stage in the Krebs cycle, acetyl-CoA to citrate. Okay, so you already cover the um, stages, the first stage of the Krebs cycle and the products of the reaction. Then uh, you need to continue your essay. Citrate rearranges rearranges itself to become isocitrate. Okay, the second stage is citrate become isocitrate. One water molecule is removed and another water molecule is added. So here you will get 1 marks and 1 marks for each statement. Then we continue with stage 3 in the Krebs cycle. Isocitrate become alpha ketoglutarate. So you need to explain. Okay, at the third stage, decarboxylation happen, dehydrogenation happen. So anything or any statement that you write relate with the decarboxylation and dehydrogenation and isocitrate become alpha ketoglutarate via oxidative decarboxylation of the isocitrate 6 carbon produces alpha ketoglutarate. So, because it's also involved dehydrogenation, the question asks you to mention the product. So, carbon is produced and released during this stage. Hydrogen atoms are removed from citrate molecules and accepted by electron acceptor NAD plus and becomes NADH. Okay, so this explanation you only obtain 1 mark. Okay, because this stage involve everything stages and product of the or production from the stage. Okay, you need to continue alpha ketoglutarate at the stage 4 becomes succinine CoA. Oxidative decarboxylation of alpha ketoglutarate 4 carbon will produce succinate 4 carbon via decarboxylation. Okay, so again decarboxylation. So carbon is produced and released during this stage. Hydrogen atoms are removed from nitrate molecules and accepted by NAD plus and becomes NADH. So again, dehydrogenation occurs. So another 1 mark for stage 4. So now you already accumulate 4 marks. Okay, now at stage 5, succinyl CoA becomes succinate. Okay, you need to explain succinate CoA is converted to succinate and coenzyme A is released. A substrate level phosphorylation takes place whereby phosphate group is transferred to GDP, okay, to produce GTP, which is then transferred to an ADP molecule to form ATP. So you already, or anything or any statement that explain of substrate level phosphorylation after succinate is converted to succinate and coenzyme A is released. Stage 6, you continue with stage 6. Okay, in your mind, you already know that succinate become fumarate. Then you need to write, okay, succinate is oxidized to produce fumarate. FADH2 is formed. So another 1 mark for stage 5, 6 marks when you're able to explain until stage 6. We continue with the stage 7. In your mind, you know fumarate become malate. But your explanation, fumarate is hydrated and becomes malate. Okay, because additional water molecule rearranges the bond and structure of fumarate. So that's why it becomes malate. And last stage in Krebs cycle, malate become oxaloacetate again. So malate is oxidized to produce oxaloacetate. NAD plus is reduced and becomes NADH. Oxaloacetate is generated and recycled in Krebs cycle. So here, your 7 mark and 8 marks. So where does another 1 mark you need to gain via explanation of the production, the products of the crop cycles, as a question wants you to mention it. Okay, so over a pattern, the Krebs cycle produces 3 molecules of NADH, 1 molecule of FADH2, 1 molecule of ATP. Okay, you already know that it comes from substrate level phosphorylation and 2 molecules of CO2 byproduct at the stage 3 and 4. Okay, so total you obtain 9 marks. Okay, without mention enzyme. Okay, enzyme involved in the Krebs cycle. Okay, so just want to revise with you again. All right, 2 turn of Kelvin cycle for complete glucose oxidation. So previously, this is 1 turn Krebs cycle. All right. The production of 1 turn Krebs cycle. However, one glucose molecule complete glucose oxidation and need a Krebs cycle turn twice. All right, so here Krebs cycle will turn twice for every glucose molecule that enters it. So the Krebs cycle will turn twice for every glucose molecule. Therefore, there will be times 2 for previous production of per cycle. So when you times 2, you will get 6 molecules of NADH, 2 molecules of FADH2, 2 molecules of ATP, and 4 molecules of CO2 as the byproduct. Okay, teacher hopes that you until here you already memorized the 8 stages of the Krebs cycle and production of the Krebs cycle. However, you need to memorize the enzyme's name because if you look at the structure question STPM 2013, the question set number 17 question. Question number 17. A series of biochemical reaction of anaerobic metabolism is shown in the diagram below, right? So it is 8 steps in the Krebs cycle. Same with the previous question. Name the above biochemical reaction. So of course, this is a Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle. And then compound Q, if you look at here, Q is 4 carbon compound. So Q is supposed to be succinyl CoA. State the process occurs in step 4. Remember, it is decarboxylation or dehydrogenation. So you can mention one process occurs in step 4 because occurs in step 4 and 1 mark. Okay. Then explain briefly what happens in step 4. So in step 4, to become succinyl CoA, a carbon dioxide molecule comes out of the alpha ketoglutarate through oxidative decarboxylation. NAD plus is reduced to NADH plus H plus or NADH2. A coenzyme is added to form succinyl coenzyme A, which is a 4-carbon compound. All right, so 3 marks for this question. And here, name the enzyme that catalyzes in step 6. Okay, so overall, you need to memorize 8 stages in the Krebs cycle and the production of the products per turn cycle of Krebs cycle. And if the question asks you complete glucose oxidation, then you just times 2 only. Okay, all right, that's all for today. All right. We will see the next question in the next lesson. Okay, bye.